If you had one ball left and this was hole 17 and 18, would you be able to finish with that ball? If not, let's put in some work. Hello beautiful golfers, it's a brand new week. Today we're going to talk about working on the driver. How do we do it on the range to translate it to the course? As I said in my last video, I'm a big believer in target, technique, and time. So on this yellow line, we have our target line, the red noodle, and then your second alignment rod for the driver should be parallel to the target line. So many times I see very unusual stances, and if you knew how to set up from square, then you could make the adjustment, but not knowing where your face and your feet are is a recipe for disaster. So having my face pointing at the line, having my feet roughly parallel to this red line, I should have a very good chance at starting this ball on line and keeping it rather square. Now, whether that curves to the right or to the left, it's going to be based on your face and path. So how do we work on the things that help you hit the drive better? One of the things I would like you to work on is angle of attack. You see a lot of people hitting down on the ball, and when we hit down on the ball, unless you're a Brooks Koepka 320 type of person who's trying to hit a fairway finder, we're losing yards. It's not very optimal. So the way we would do this is we would place a head cover about a grip length in front of the ball, and my goal now is to avoid this head cover. Really nice head cover, so this is going to force me to hit up on it. I might even hit the bottom of the club. That's fine, I'm okay with that. That just means I really made the effort and the intention to tilt my spine away from the target and also hit up on this golf ball. So, a bit of a pull, but I did hit up on it. And again, that's something that's going to get me more yards, because if I can launch the ball higher out of the center of the club face, I can get more carry distance. I'm also producing less spin since I'm giving it more of a direct blow instead of cutting across it. So now I have two things going for me. I have high launch, optimal spin. That's gonna set me up for success. Pretty pleased with that one right there. The second thing we can work on, other than angle of attack, let's say you really hit some slices, and even when you hit up on it, you still hit some slices, would be your path. Usually, some people may have face control issues, and I did talk about that briefly in the previous video on practice. Path. If we can swing on a path that travels on an in-to-in arc, meaning if I set up this pool noodle right here, you notice how it naturally curves in. And if the pool noodle were to continue, it would curve in on the other side. That is the natural path of the club from waist high to waist high. How do we throw this off? Well, when we're completely still at the top of the backswing, what most people want to do is fire their trail side out towards the ball to transfer a lot of power. And that's only partially correct. We can fire this side, but your lead side also needs to be rotating towards the target to allow you to fire this side. So I would focus on your lead pocket, your lead knee. Are they twisting in this direction? And if I can do that, along with the visual of not hitting this noodle, I should be able to get a path that is more from the inside and hit an absolute bomb right on my target line. If I were someone who hit a lot of slices, right here, I would start creeping out across the line. If you're still slicing after that, then it's the face. We need to go back to little half swings. We need to go back to having the face pointing to the ground so that all you have to do is turn. So from this position, face pointed to the ground, 45-degree angle, golf pride twisted toward the ball. Now from there, I just have to turn. Very big hook spin, but we're looking at a spin that is not a slice, and that would be where we would start. Then we would ramp up the speed a little bit. There, that's where I want to be. Okay. Big hook again. So now I'm controlling my face, and when I finally get to full speed driver pace, this face position is going to be a little bit more close. Sometimes it's easier to see it when we're closer to the face, so I would grip the club as close to the face as possible and then just close it, close it, close it. I would assume that if you check yourself on video, a lot of the slicers would be in this position. They may take it back really well, come back really well, but then relax right here and leave that face open. So we got our face, and then we would work on our path. So I do feel like 3 things is a lot to work on, but you would go through them step by step. Step 1, flex. Step 2, tilt for the angle of attack, and then finish. So FTF, flex, tilt, finish. And our goal here is just to produce shots that are not like this slice, keeping you in the fairway, helping you hit more fairways, and potentially scoring better because we're not punching out. I hope you found these 3 cues helpful. As always, stay close to the channel for golf-related content. Until then, have an amazing week.